in my mind, and I've done ayahuasca a lot of times. So I've had experiences where I focus on like the death of a grandfather or where I blast off into space and become the universe. I feel like I'm very incomplete because I haven't dealt with that. And I imagine there will come a time where I just have to bawl my eyes out. I don't cry. I haven't cried in like 10 years. I'll just have to curl up in a ball and cry for all the pain I've repressed. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm actually good, or we'll see, I guess. So the reason I ask is because I feel like I'm in the same spot as you, but have just assumed that I'm in process.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man. It's tough to say. And again, I think it's like a spectrum too. And, you know, like Eckhart Tolle would say that you can dissolve all that just simply by being present, that you don't even have to go back, you know? And I think that you can do both. I think that both helps. But Eckhart Tolle will say, all that stuff, I mean, it doesn't even exist. And you can actually dissolve it through the present moment. And so if someone has done enough, you know, presence work, like meditation, I guarantee you, like a Buddhist monk, he could have had some traumatic experiences as a child, but if he's meditated for 5,000 hours, I don't think it's in his mind anymore. Yeah. You know, I don't think that he has to go back and deal with that. So I think that going back, it might be like a shortcut, and it might have a lot of effect really quickly. But I think just in general, living your life really, really present and staying aware, I think that dissolves it as well. Maybe not like as quickly as tackling it head on, but I think that both ways are really beneficial. I think people should do both.
No, I agree. I actually don't know the answer, is the truth. If you spend a lifetime repressing something, whether it's a memory, a trauma, or sadness, I don't know if you have to experience that in order to release it or not, because I've heard that you do. And then obviously, to your point, like a monk might not.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say like the monk is, I don't think the monk is really repressing it because he's being aware, but it's like if the mind kind of opens up, and if anything comes up, it's just like acceptance, and then it passes away, and you recognize it as a thought. You don't get attached to it. And so, and that's the thing, like now, if a traumatic experience kind of got brought up, I would feel it would be tough for me to really cry about it and really get super attached to it if I didn't want to. This is the weird thing, is like I kind of have control over my response to things now. Mm-hmm. Like if a traumatic experience came up and I wanted to dive down deep into it and really, really concentrate on it and feel the emotion behind it, I could. But then again, if that came up, you know, I'm still recognizing it as not necessarily me, just this appearance in consciousness, right? Just this thought. And I could just let it pass and just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. I guess the question is, do we both have a really big cry sometime in our future?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've done a lot of those big cries. I feel like if you haven't, like, I think crying is really good for the soul, man. Like, for sure. I think I've cried fairly recently over, I had what was I crying over? It was something, I don't know, just some really warm feeling for like my family or something like that when I on my last psychedelic experience with psilocybin. Mm-hmm. And no, it's great. It's actually a wonderful emotion. Like even the really horrible sad crying, like not even the happy, warm crying, the sad crying can be an incredible emotion if you have the right mindset behind it.
Yeah.
Right. If you can get into a place where you just kind of are present and experiencing things, and you stop seeing these negative experiences as negative and just seeing them as these incredible human experiences. And it's like you feel sadness, but you don't necessarily suffer. Sure. Right. There's not that resistance, and it can actually be pretty beautiful. So yeah, I would welcome it, man. Yeah.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.